Hi guys, welcome to the second part of the final project on JavaScript. So now we're going to start with JavaScript code, and to do that you already know you have to type in between the head tags here. Let's type script, type text JavaScript, and close script. Okay. Now between the script tags is where we're going to put the JavaScript code. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a function that will grab all the elements or all the ID or all the inputs. So you'll see that we have an ID for each input, and I'm going to create an array within a function to grab all those inputs. So then we can make reference to all those inputs and create different outputs for all those inputs, saying your password is wrong, or your email is wrong, or please type a name. Okay, but don't worry, we will get to that. Let's go step by step and first create a function called register, and here I'm going to create a variable x and an array in the variable. So let's type new array, and down here let's type x 0 equals to now I'm going to show you a very cool feature, or sorry, a very cool method that you can use, or function in JavaScript, which is the get element by ID. And basically what it does, it's grab any element that has an ID on your XHTML code. So it will grab one by one the ID name, the L name, and then you can control each of one of those inputs. So to do this, we have to type document dot get element by ID, and pay attention to the capital letters, okay, because this is case sensitive. You have to type as I typed in here, okay, E in capital E, capital B, and capital I. And now parentheses, and inside the parentheses between quotes you have to type the name of the ID. So the first one is name. Let's grab it, name, and then you type dot value. Okay, so this is making reference to anything that you type in the in here. Okay, so anything you typed in here is the value that will be stored in this variable. Okay, sorry, in this array position, which is the 0. Now let's type the next one, which is 1, and basically you can grab all this as well, copy, paste it, and now in here instead of name we have to type L name. Okay, let's copy this and put another one here. This is the 2, copy, and another, and this is 3. So after L name, I think we have the email, and then we have the password, and the last one is the C password, which is the confirmed password here. Okay, so get element by ID, C password, perfect. Okay, now I'm going to create another function, but before that I'm just gonna make sure that this is working, this function. Now for this function to work, we have a little we can use a little function called the onClick in here, and this is an event handler for the we can use this a lot in forms, which is basically when we click a button, do or call a function. So to use it, we just have to go to the submit. After value submit, we type onClick equals double quotes, and here we type the function that we want to run in JavaScript as soon as we click the submit button, and this will be the register function. So let's type here register. Make sure you put the parentheses as well. Okay. Okay, here it is. Now we just grabbed and put all the elements in an array, but to output something, let's type alert, parentheses, and here let's type X. Let's call the name. Let's see if we can output the name as soon as we click the submit button. Obviously we have to go in here, refresh the page. Now let's try this. Let's see if it works. Let's type Victor, or you can put your name on it, and as soon as we click submit, an alert box will appear saying Victor. Okay, now this guarantees that the code is working. Okay, so make sure that whenever you click the submit button, type a name first, and when you click the submit button, you'll have an alert box. Okay, so if it's not working, something is wrong with your code. So check your code again, or review the video. Okay, so now we can go on to the next function, but we will proceed with in the next video. Okay, guys. So see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi guys, welcome to the third part of the final project of JavaScript. So let's proceed with a new function. Inside the same function, I forgot to mention this, we still have to create another array with the outputs that we will have for the different inputs. So I'm going to create a new array, call it variable h, new array, and in here I'm going to type h 0 equals to between double quotes we will create a span, and basically a span in HTML or XHTML is a tag like this. We type it like this, a tag that you can put in line or inside other tags to with properties like CSS, so styling with colors, that part of the code which is inside the span. But just to make it simple and clearer, let's say we have a paragraph, okay, and we have, hi, my name is Victor and I'm 31. Now let's say I want to style Victor. Okay, so I use a span tag here, close the span here, and I can give it a color to Victor with the style property, which is for CSS. So when you use style equals double quotes, inside the double quotes you can use whatever CSS properties you want. So let's say I want to put this Victor in red. I can type color and then red. Okay. This is not working now because I already used double quotes here. You see, here and here. So in order for this to work, you'll see that color red now appears as black. So that means that this line of code will not work. In order for it to work, you have to put single quotes in here and here. Okay, so now everything is gray now, so it means that this line of code, XHTML code, will work perfectly, and Victor will be in red. Okay, so this is why we use span, and this is what span tags are. But let's take all this out, and let's create a span tag, and let's style this style equals, and now we have to use single quotes, and let's type color red, and you'll see in a moment why I'm creating this style color red. Basically, this is for the outputs of the messages, okay, or of errors that let's say we click submit and we forgot to put an email. So message will appear saying in red, please put your email, or you forgot your email address. Okay, so error messages in red. Now we have to close this, and now we type the message. So please type a name. Let's close this span. Okay, so now we have the error message for the name. Now let's create another one for the email. Please type an email. Sorry, the last. Please type a last name, or your last. Please type your name. Please type your last name. Oh, and in here we have type 1. Don't forget that. Copy another here 2. Please type, this will be, please type your email. Let's copy this and paste it. Here 3. And please type your password. Copy, and here 4. Please type your, please, we can type here, please confirm your password. Okay, now down here we have to create a field for the outputs right just right after the tr here. Let's type, or sorry, before the tr, let's create td and close td. Now between the tds we type div id equals, and let's call this m name, and close div. Okay, now I have to do that, we have to do that for all the other fields. So in here you can grab the div that we have here, copy, and okay, instead of that, let's grab all this, copy, and put it in here, paste it, paste it, paste that, and paste that. Okay, perfect. Now the names are the second one, let's call this ML name. The third one will be M email. This will be M password, and this will be M C password. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how you can put something appearing inside a div without actually putting something in here. Okay, so you'll see that we don't have nothing inside the div M name, but here I'm going to type line of code, which is document dot get element by ID, and it's M name, that's the field, and instead of value we're gonna type inner HTML. What this will do is equals to something. It will be equal, so whatever we type here now, it's going to appear inside that div without actually putting anything in here in text, okay, in the code. So I'm going to show you that it works. You can type whatever you want. It's my column. Save. Let me run this in Chrome, and when I click submit, sorry, when I click oh, sorry. Okay. Let me take this alert out first. Copy. Sorry. Save. And also down here, instead of submit, the input type, the button is type button. Okay, because we're not submitting anything to a server. This will be only a button to output something, and basically save that, and now everything should work perfectly, and there it is, it works. So let me run once more. When you click submit, it appears, it works. Okay, so in the next video I'm going to show you for each field that we not complete, we will output in each field, or in the correct field here, the M name or the ML name next to the corresponding field. Okay, so if we don't type a name, I'll create I will put here the inner HTML, or within inner HTML I'm gonna put here an output saying please type your name, and here the same thing for the last name, email, okay, all that. So see you guys in the next video. Okay, hi guys, welcome to the fourth part of the final project on JavaScript, creating a simple form. And let's continue, and inside the same function, let's take this out, and in here let's create another array, and this will be, let's call this divs, to grab all the divs, these divs that we have created for the output of the messages, the error messages. So instead of doing this type of array, let's create just to vary, just to do it in another way. Let's type new array, and inside the parentheses let's type mname. The other one is the other one is ml name, comma, and email, comma, password, comma, and mc password. Okay, now in here I'm going to create a loop, a for loop, and I'm going to do it first and explain you later what it does. So let me just type for I in x var error hi, and another variable that will grab the divs. Okay, so basically what I did here is create a loop. I'm looping through all these values here, which is the elements or the inputs, and then I'm creating a variable to grab all the errors here, which is the h. You'll see that I have here hy. I doesn't have basically is a parameter for now. It doesn't have a value in it yet. And then I create a variable div for the divs, okay, for all the divs. So now what I do is create an if statement and say if xi is equal to nothing, basically if an input is equal to nothing, do this, which is document get element by ID, and here we have to type inside the get element by ID, we type div, which is the variable div, which holds the correspondent field for each case. And here we type inner HTML equals to error. Okay, error, as you see here, it's the array that holds every single error. And basically we are creating here a very complex system and dynamic for loop that for each of the inputs it grabs the correspondent error message and apply it to the correspondent div, okay, with a very few lines of code. I know that for some of you this for loop or these single and simple lines of code may be a little bit complex to understand at first, but don't worry, you'll get there. Now we type else, which means that you have typed something in the inputs. We type get element by ID, div again, and inner HTML, and what we want is to say okay. So make sure you study this and play with this these simple lines of code, and make sure you study this, and you'll get to the point of all this, to the point of what this is for. It's very simple, but I know that we are starting with JavaScript. Some of you are beginners and maybe a little complex. Anyways, if you need another example or you don't understand it, just send me a message and I will try to explain you better. Now down here in the let's push these a little bit more up, and down here let's push this as well at the top. Now I think we are done. Okay, so very simple lines of coding in JavaScript to make this work. Let's make sure if this is working now. Okay, so when I type here Victor, it's not working yet. No. Okay, sorry. Something is missing. Let me check. I found a little error here, which is it's not MA name, it's M name. So make sure you put M name. Let's try now. Open Chrome. So let's type here Victor, and if we click submit right away, we have OK for Victor, but then we have please type your last name, please type your email, all in red. Okay, so everything is working now perfectly. Let's type here Cruz. If we click submit, everything is working. Anyways, I'm going to show you in the next video how as soon as we type something without clicking submit, because you see that we have to click submit to see the output. Otherwise you'll see that I'm typing now and nothing changes here. But I'm going to show you how to use a function or an event like onClick in the inputs, so as soon as we type something, everything changes in the output. Okay, so see you guys in the next video, and if you have any questions, just send me a message. Okay, bye. Hi guys, welcome to the fifth and final part of the creating a simple form in JavaScript for as the final project of the JavaScript chapter. And let's continue, and I'm going to show you how you can I'm going to create a function that confirms that your two passwords are matching. Okay, otherwise you'll have an output saying please or your password does not match, whether your confirmed password does not match with your password. So to do that, let's go up here, and we have to create a new function here. Let's call it pass, and curly braces here, and here let's type variable first equals to document dot get element by ID, and grab the password dot and the value. And now second, and grab the confirmed password, so we have to type get element by ID, and this is C password value. So now we can grab whatever you type in there and make sure that we can compare those two values that you typed in the first password and in the second password. So we're going to use the variable first and second, and now we can create if second password is exactly equal to first. Let's type document get element by ID, and here we type MC password, which is basically the div. Here it is. It's the div where we want to output the message. So the message we want to output is OK, because they match. Okay. and here we can type else. I can grab this, copy it, get element by ID, MC password, inner HTML, and here what I'm going to do is create a span and style equals color red, and type something saying your passwords don't match. Okay, save that. And now what we'll do is, remember I told you in the last video that as soon as we type something, we will see the output coming. So to do that, we have to use an event called, basically like the onClick, but it's called onKeyUp, and for each one of the fields. So we have to type onKeyUp here, and we're gonna call, we have to call here the register function. Okay, and we don't need this here down here in the input anymore, or in the submit button. So register here, we can copy this and put it in here, in the email, in the password, and in the CE password. Okay, so for each time we type something in each field, the function will be called and we'll see the results. Let me try this, see if it's working. But sorry, I forgot just to mention you one very important thing. In the last one is password or pass. Okay, because in the last one we are confirming with the function pass if the confirmed password is equal to the password. So you have to type here, instead of register, type pass. Now I think we are done with the code. Let's try now and type here Victor, and nothing is happening, so something is wrong with the code. Just let me check. Okay, so here we have a problem, which is I typed, instead of semicolon, I typed a dot at the end of the values here inside the function pass. That's why it's not working. Now everything should work fine. Let's type something now, and there it is. So this is it. If as soon as we type, we have confirmation of the output. Okay, now it's okay. Let's type something here. Okay, and the password 12345, and here 12346. Okay, sorry. Let me check. Just 12345, 12346. Yeah, that's it. So if I type 6, your passwords don't match. Let's go back and type a 5, and that's it. Okay, everything is working perfectly. Obviously, this is not a very exact or very complex form, or in terms of security and sending information for the server. For example, you see that even if I type just a D, it says OK. So this is not a valid email, just a D. So in the PHP chapter, I'm going to show you how you can make sure that the user types a valid email, so we will avoid the user sending wrong information to the server and to the database. I'm going to show you all that in PHP. But for now, this is just a quick demonstration of what JavaScript can do, and you can still play a little bit more with the code, change a few little things. You can expand this form with more CSS if you want to make it more with more colors and more effects. But the main thing is that you start to understand how JavaScript works in a very simple way, and step by step you will learn more and more and start doing more complex things with JavaScript. In the jQuery chapter, jQuery is a library of JavaScript, and basically is it's part of JavaScript and works with JavaScript. You'll learn with jQuery how to create more complex forms with a lot more effects. Okay, guys, so don't worry, you'll get to that, and hope you like this chapter, and see you guys in the next chapter, PHP and MySQL.